the USL, during their Board of Governors meetings, August 9th and 10th, are set to reportedly vote on promotion and relegation. So, of course, Atlanta United 2, as you all know, were in the USL Championship until this year when they made the switch to MLS Next Pro, as did all of the MLS 2 teams, essentially. But, yeah, this USL Championship, as you all know, League 1 and League 2, which I kind of felt like was setting it up for Pro Rel at some point in time, but it sounds like, again, Tom Boger and Jeff Reuter from The Athletic reporting, yeah, August 9th and 10th are going to vote on it. It will be probably 2024 when the structure will be implemented, and then actual 2025 will be when promotion and relegation would take place between the three leagues. So very, very interesting times if this goes through. If this could really change the face of professional soccer in the United States if this passes. So what do you guys think? Tommy, you're shaking your head no. Tyler, you're shaking your head yes. I think this would be big, and I think that the system has been really crying out for something like this for ages. I think this will be increased visibility on the USL Championship, League 1, League 2. And who knows, you may have some teams in MLS maybe looking to break away and jump on board if they can't get in MLS, I should say, or potential MLS owners maybe looking to join USL Championship if they can't get in. But what do you guys think?
This is just gonna ruin Twitter for like a week, like because
Well,
like
Twitter's already ruined.
I'm glad I'm on here right now because I would just be yelling at the sky. Like, okay, if you want to do relegation USL, that's fine. I guess that's gonna be that. If that's gonna be where it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen in MLS. These the cost of expansion. I don't remember what the last one was, but it was an absurd amount. Owners are paying so much money to
Half
get into
billion
MLS.
dollars.
Yeah. And like
Obscene.
there's just no way that they're going to any MLS owner is going to agree to this. Just absolutely no way. They're paying way too much money. It's going up every time a team comes in. So if you want to keep it to USL, that's great. But why I'm saying I don't want to go to Twitter is because is now probably saying on there now do MLS, and it's just it's not going to happen. I guarantee it.
You potentially have some of the like NPSL or UPSL teams that maybe try to make the jump to USL, because the thing about it, USL is already set up for this. Like they already have 3 tiers of soccer anyway. So it's not that difficult to really implement it. The finances, I think, is going to be the biggest thing because, especially like in League 2, you're so broken up into different regions. So the way that they implement, maybe like if it's a playoff system and to then, get bumped up, I don't know, but there's possibilities here. I love the idea of Pro Rel. I also am a realist, and I understand that it's not going to happen with MLS anytime soon, unless MLS does its own internal thing, which is essentially what USL is doing. Then yes, like once MLS gets to the point where it's got like way too many freaking teams to be a league, it needs to be 2. Then okay, I mean I could see that then, but USL's set up. They have tons of teams already. They have three leagues. They have 3 tiers. So like it's not going to be difficult. And I think for some of these teams like the Detroits, Memphis, Phoenix,
Yep.
San Diego, like the
Yep.
atmosphere of those games is already off the chain anyway, and this is just going to bump it up even more. But I also think it's going to bring visibility to some of these maybe less popular teams, and hopefully add a sense of something to grasp onto in terms of bringing in folks who they may just look at it as their local soccer team and it is what it is. There's nothing that they can go beyond winning their league, really. Maybe the Open Cup if you want to get into that, but like to potentially be a USL 2 team and then fight your way up in a couple of years to the championship, like I find that fascinating, just like I've always found Pro Rel fascinating in general. Obviously, the stakes are not Premier League and the championship or, La Liga or whatever, but it's a start. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Now, it's not going to happen in MLS anytime soon. So, like, that's the thing. That needs to get out of everybody's head. because no way, like y'all said, is any owner in the league
Right.
that just dumped $500 million in a franchise be like, oh yeah, so y'all are gonna drop me down potentially to,
Yeah.
you know, because think of Cincinnati, not this year, but the past 3 years, like they would have been relegated, and they
Yep.
just made the jump. So like that's not gonna happen. I wish
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
would, but it's not.
yeah, and like, you think about it, like the roster rules are so crazy right now in MLS. Like, just take Atlanta for instance. Joseph Martinez goes out. I understand that not one player should make the team, but they really couldn't fix that situation, right? There's so many roster rules. They really couldn't go out there and replace Joseph Martinez in that window. And then they're last because maybe one or two guys get hurt and the restrictions are too much there. So it would just be too silly. Even with the current rules, you wouldn't even be able to do this.